to see long term, to sacrifice now for something greater in the future, is an ability that will benefit someone throughout their life, not just in a competitive arena when they're in high school or younger. Those are skills. They're skills just like your muscles. They need to be exercised to get better. Any skill that you want to get better at, you're going to have to practice it. So we need to be practicing those skills now with our kids of how to be problem solvers, how to be thinkers to think for themselves and not be robots that follow orders, take directions and keep their mouth shut and put their head down. I want my kids to be empowered by their own individual mindset and realize that they're different from the person next to them. But at the same time, they can learn something from that person next to them that they're drilling with, and that person can learn something from them. So you have the exchange of information and the constant challenge to be innovating, problem solving, and to critically think about what they're doing and be invested in what they're doing. And I think that those go hand in hand with the investment and the critical thinking and problem solving. The more they figure things out for themselves, the more ownership they have over their competitive career, athletic career, and their life in general. And that's what we want to be teaching. Wrestling for us is really the least important thing that we're teaching there. Wrestling should be a conduit to teach life skills. And it sounds cliche, but the discipline, the work ethic, the ability to sacrifice, the ability to see long term, to sacrifice now for something greater in the future, is an ability that will benefit someone throughout their life, not just in a competitive arena when they're in high school or younger. Those are skills. They're skills just like your muscles. They need to be exercised to get better. Any skill that you want to get better at, you're going to have to practice it. So we need to be practicing those skills now with our kids of how to be problem solvers, how to be thinkers to think for themselves and not be robots that follow orders, take directions and keep their mouth shut and put their head down. I want my kids to be empowered by their own individual mindset and realize that they're different from the person next to them. But at the same time, they can learn something from that person next to them that they're drilling with, and that person can learn something from them. So you have the exchange of information and the constant challenge to be innovating, problem solving, and to critically think about what they're doing and be invested in what they're doing. And I think that those go hand in hand with the investment and the critical thinking and problem solving. The more they figure things out for themselves, the more ownership they have over their competitive career, athletic career, and their life in general. Wrestling for us is really the least important thing that we're teaching there. Wrestling should be a conduit to teach life skills. And it sounds cliche, but the discipline, the work ethic, the ability to sacrifice, the ability to see long term, to sacrifice now for something greater in the future, is an ability that will benefit someone throughout their life, not just in a competitive arena when they're in high school or younger. Those are skills. They're skills just like your muscles. They need to be exercised to get better. Any skill that you want to get better at, you're going to have to practice it. So we need to be practicing those skills now with our kids of how to be problem solvers, how to be thinkers to think for themselves and not be robots that follow orders, take directions and keep their mouth shut and put their head down. I want my kids to be empowered by their own individual mindset and realize that they're different from the person next to them. But at the same time, they can learn something from that person next to them that they're drilling with, and that person can learn something from them. So you have the exchange of information and the constant challenge to be innovating, problem solving, and to critically think about what they're doing and be invested in what they're doing. And I think that those go hand in hand with the investment and the critical thinking and problem solving. The more they figure things out for themselves, the more ownership they have over their competitive career, athletic career, and their life in general. And that's what we want to be teaching. Wrestling for us is really the least important thing that we're teaching there. Wrestling should be a conduit to teach life skills. And it sounds cliche, but the discipline, the work ethic, the ability to sacrifice, the ability to see long term, to sacrifice now for something greater in the future, is an ability that will benefit someone throughout their life, not just in a competitive arena when they're in high school or younger. Those are skills. They're skills just like your muscles. They need to be exercised to get better. Any skill that you want to get better at, you're going to have to practice it. So we need to be practicing those skills now with our kids of how to be problem solvers, how to be thinkers to think for themselves and not be robots that follow orders, take directions and keep their mouth shut and put their head down. I want my kids to be empowered by their own individual mindset and realize that they're different from the person next to them. But at the same time, they can learn something from that person next to them that they're drilling with, and that person can learn something from them. So you have the exchange of information and the constant challenge to be innovating, problem solving, and to critically think about what they're doing and be invested in what they're doing. And I think that those go hand in hand with the investment and the critical thinking and problem solving. The more they figure things out for themselves, the more ownership they have over their competitive career, athletic career, and their life. Boom. And we're live. Woo! Now, partner, spread out. What you guys staring around for? You guys going to get them? Or do you want to jump with these guys? You guys just hanging out together? Just going together? And with your head inside single legs. So hitting your single leg, driving up to your feet, working through a lot of different setups. I want to see some wrist elbows, pulling head down, looking for those angles to our head inside single legs. Nothing on the mat right now, so you can hit your knee, but you're driving up. So we're bringing everything up tall for right now. Got it? Hey, you guys gonna stand around and talk all day, or are we gonna get after it? Why don't you guys move in so we're not spread, like everybody saw the camera on and they like divert, so now on the camera it looks like there's nobody here. You guys, so people can see. You got a face for a radio, that's what they say. You using that head? Use your head to push up in the chest. Colin, you haven't moved your hands once. No, you're not. No, that doesn't count moving your hands if you just in the same spot pushing and pulling. You got to move, move, move. Change your tie. You're hanging in a collar tie the whole time. Use your head, get head position. But you got to move your hands. You guys remember talking about the 3-second rule? What's the 3-second rule on your ties? No. Right, don't have your hands in the seconds unless you're working in on something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have a collar tie and I'm just hanging in a collar tie, every 3 seconds I got to be moving, changing my tie. Right? If I got Nikki here in a collar tie, I'm not going to spin 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds here. Okay? Once I feel 3 seconds change, I got to change my tie. I can pull. I can go back to it, but I got to move my hands. I got to hit a fake. I got to pull, snap, and clear. Okay? 3 seconds, we should be moving our hands. 1, 2, 3. Just imagine how good you'd be if you wrestled as much as you talk. Head up, head inside. Not high crotches, head inside singles. There we go. All the way up to your feet, driving up to our feet. Now, okay? What I want you, Coach Carver, jump in real quick. A lot of us get to where we're hitting our sprawls and everything. Go ahead and hit your single leg. Camera behind you guys. You guys want to scoot this way? There you go. Look. So our hand's up here. If our hand is here, when he turns the corner, I have nothing to stop him from getting around to that angle and finishing his shot. Okay? So if I sprawl and my hand is here, it's going to look like that. We've got to get our hand in to that whizzer, okay, in that armpit. Then we're stuffing the head, circling our feet back, circling it down to the mat. Here. So when we're walking through it, when they hit that shot, I'm taking my leg back, pushing my hips in, stuffing the head, circle my feet away, laces to the mat, knees wide, okay? We go a little quicker. Right when that shot happens, I'm doing that. Partners, you're trying to get your hands locked on your single leg if you can. Got it? 1, 2, 3. Too deep on your whizzer, okay? Okay. Yeah, just get that sprawl. That's good. Make sure our whizzer hand is there. Behind. I just want the sprawl. But see how our hip is down? I want your hip. Yeah, I want to be getting there as quick as we can. Okay? Hips squared on, looking down. There you go. That's good. Why are you digging in underneath? The whole purpose was to have a whizzer. Now you just pulled your whizzer hand out and went to an underhook. Focus is the whizzer. Focus is the whizzer.
See it, Jack, you got your there and you're on your toes, and you're more worried about getting around behind him than you are doing this. Get your whip. Hey, listen, I want partner when you start getting into the leg, Jack. Head inside singles again. We're still doing head insides, not high crotches. Okay? When we start single leg now, I want that corner. All right? So if Coach Carver hits his single leg and he gets in and I sprawl and I get to here, I want him turning that hip down and trying to square. Everybody understand that? This is where our whizzer is going to be really important. Because if I'm on my knees and I have a lazy whizzer and he circles, I'm going to get my hip out. And now I can't square. I can't do anything to keep him from going around that corner. All right? So what we got to do is we're going to start to use that whizzer on the belly. So we're going to hand to the belly and be prying in here. Okay? I'm using this arm. See how he stepped that foot up? He doesn't want this. To have the corner, he needs to have this knee down, that foot up. Everybody see that? So what I'm trying to do is I'm pushing here, but I'm straightening this. So I'm pushing also with my hip. Push my hip on my shoulder, straightening my leg away, and I'm punching here. That's keeping him from running the corner. If you get a really strong guy, Carver's a pretty strong guy, he might run the corner, but he should spin me when he goes. So if he tries to run really hard, we're kind of spinning with him. Chest up, heavy hips. My left hip is heavy on that right shoulder. Okay, the shooting side, heavy here, straightening this leg, and I'm pushing into his ribs here and pushing my leg back. Keep your head up. What happens if your head hangs down? What happens to our butt when our head goes down? What happens when our butt goes up in a single leg and our head goes down? Where are we going to go to? Backdoor finish, right? So if we're in here and my sprawl starts looking like this, he's going to lift me up pretty easily. All right? Our freestyle stuff now. So we're going to start transitioning to a lot of our freestyle. Finish is not a great place for freestyle. Everybody understand that? Anything else on that? No? Yep, we're just getting to our sprawl. Whizzer hand, step in the head, circling down and away, squaring up my hips, head and chest stays up. I'm using this arm as he tries to circle to put his weight on that knee. Doesn't have to be knee down. He might get that knee up off the mat. A wide base, my feet are really wide, they're not close together here. Feet are really wide, pushing in with this hip. My laces are on the mat back here, and I'm prying everything to that far side. Partner trying to circle around. 3. Off the mic. Don't be a dead fish. Now, right here, see how far down you are again? You're looking up. I don't want you deep here. I want you like this. There you go. Hey, we got to get to those legs better, right? Preston, you got to stuff that head, circle your foot away. Look at that, you're digging an underhook again. On. Yeah? Colin, you got to sprawl, man. I understand, but I get what you're saying. But we can't go. Partners, when we shoot in, we got to get our hands locked. We got to practice. Number one, we're not setting up our shots, and we're not getting to our shots. Get our hands locked, and if we are on our belly, we can't really turn over and run that corner. You need to penetrate. You got to get your footwork down. Penetrate on those single legs. Set it up. Partner, don't go so hard that they're not getting in. That's not what we're practicing. We're not practicing getting in on single legs. We're practicing our whizzer and stuff ahead and get them to the mat. And our belly whizzer. That's what we're whizzer. All right, so we got a whizzer to a belly whizzer. That's what we're working on. So we need people. Let's go. Get in on your shots. Presley, you shot to both knees, brother. Hey, get your hand on the correct side. There you go. What are you doing? Cam, you got to turn over and run the corner. What? Don't go to the mat. Yeah, there you go. Avery, this is what you're practicing. You're not doing it. There you go. Colin, you're on your belly. You had one hand on the leg. Then fake. Right? Single leg. Ready? Don't let me get to the single leg. See, I would say, you're fighting too hard. Let me set up my shots. Right? Tell your partner. Yeah. Guys, bring it in. Stand up. All right, we got to change it up. So we're defense today because we're not going to get anywhere with our defense because you guys look like magicians on defense because our offense is not very good. Okay, we're doing of setting up and getting to single legs. All right, there's a lot of flat people in here. We're doing the same setup, which is you're going. It's pretty obvious. Like if your partner is sprawling too hard, that's one thing. But a lot of us, our partners are standing flat-footed, and then they're sprawling hard. A guy standing flat-footed, he can sprawl as hard as he wants, and I should be able to get it on. What you guys are doing is you're just going. Like you're just like, oh, I shoot single legs, I go. But what happens is you're not testing your partner. If I shoot my single leg, go. Actually, he shouldn't really even have to do anything. If I shot that same shot and coach didn't even move, it would look like this. You guys are putting your head down. You're dropping to both knees, reaching one hand out. Okay? Listen, I know there's a lot going on and there's a lot of distractions right now, but we're talking about things that we literally say every single practice. Who raise your hand if you've heard me say on a regular basis, give the shot? You got to set up your shots. Raise your hand if you've heard me say, we got to penetrate. Keep your head up. All these things, right? These are the same things that everybody else is all across around the world, probably, in wrestling, right? Set up your shots. Penetrate. Set your feet. Penetrate. Get both hands to the leg, right? We still got guys that are slinging that one hand out there like this. Okay? Part of the problem is that we're just standing here. So even the guys that are doing a pretty good job of setting up shots are doing basically this. And shooting. We didn't move anywhere. Try doing this. Now we can work, right? Did I shoot to both knees? Did I end up on both knees? Yes. Why? Because he did his job, right? I didn't go to both knees. I'm shooting to one. Setup is. If he gets me down, he gets me down. You guys should be able to hold longer than me. I got terrible shoulders. I can't hold on up there. You guys can hold on. Hold on to those shots. Try to get that corner. Understand? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's keep working a little bit of the defense, but I need you to focus more on the offense. Getting in on these shots. Fake it a couple times. Colin, you hit your knees before you shot. You went like this. You got to step and go. I got to go to the leg. Step to the leg I want. You should go outside. See, your footwork is wrong. Here you go. Anybody that's not in your group right here is working on single leg footwork. Right here. Got it? That's your single leg. So when you pull with your right hand, step left, right. If you're pulling with your right hand, step with your left as you pull. Why are you shooting a left hand high crotch? Huh? Step. Pull your elbows in. Shoot your shot in. Everybody who's not, if you're not in, you're shooting. Hey. Just get to your sprawl. Get to your whizzer. Get to your belly whizzer. First one here. We're going to move along. First one we're going to work is once they're in on that single leg, sprawl, we get down here. Build up. I'm going to go deep with my hand. Okay? We're going to do a couple different variations of a couple different things here tonight. All right? So I'm going to go before. Now I'm going to drop my shoulder and get deep like a tight waist. Everybody understand that? So I'm going to reach, squeeze, and then sink back the other way. So I'm going to reach, squeeze, I'm going to sink back the other way. What we're going to do is we're going to block our knee right in the neck here. Okay? And I'm going to put him on his far hip. When I do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprawl again and circle my feet the back behind him this way. Okay? So my head stays up pretty much the entire time. A little bit. He hits his hip. I throw my feet out and hit another sprawl in a circle again. Okay? Everyone understand? So in real time, a good guy is going to hit and bounce right back up. So if Carver's trying to run the corner on me here, and I go here, I'm going quick, okay? A couple little tips here. My hand, you have to be careful with this because you could get Peterson. It'd be pretty hard to do because this guy's kind of flat. It'd be really hard for him to do. But we just have to be aware of it. When I block and I go here, once he hits, I turn this hand that was on the backside, goes here, so that when he tries to build his base, elbow block. Okay, so it goes right in his hip, so when he tries to come up, he can't turn this hip back down and run this corner. Then, it's really important. So when we're in here, I straighten, push in with my hip, circle back this way. I turn my right hip down now, instead of our left hip like before, okay? So right now, I'm pinched on his midsection with my forearm that I planted over here when I put my hand down, my hip when I change here. So right now, it's really hard for him to even build his base. And if he does, we're going to out right to our spiral ride because we're right into inside the dive pry, okay? So we hit that single, sprawl on here, deep block. Get him to the hip, hand around. That's right, 1, 2, 3. Jackson, your head's down, you're on your knees. Head up, head up. Woo! Nice. Getting it, boys? Go, Nikki, go, Nikki, go! Yeah! Look at that. If he follows, he's going to go to his back. I love it. Right hand goes around. Sprawl again and circle. Nope. The sprawl and circle is a together thing, not a sprawl and then circle. Sprawl and circle. And a circle. Go to your back there. Just go. I want you to go on your knees. Okay? Kind of like you're in a sprawl. All right? But the thing about if your partner has been in on your left leg, hip down, right? Does that make sense? So when we belly whizzer here, we pry him over with our knee, we're falling like this, right? Okay, real quick, everybody. Right here. Okay, right here. This is the part. Because it's got to be quick turnaround. From right here, put this foot in the mat. Okay? And I'm going to throw like a hip heist, kind of. I'm going to throw this hip out from under me. All right, so kind of like we finish in a hip heist. I'm going to throw this leg out from under me. So I'm going to lift, Too much turn for some of you. Too much popping. You see how that's what I'm talking about. So here, I fall. Okay, now look. Okay. I'm going to do 90 degrees. I'm going to face that way at the end. So I block, turn here, post my foot. Before you start it. Try that a couple times. Right here. Let's go. Is that the right way? Which leg is he shooting on? So which way are you taking him? Your right hip, right? Your right knee. Guys, listen. This was you guys just made it a lot more complicated, right? In this wall, your left leg. He's in on your left leg. We're going to our right hip. Okay? So I'm sprawled. My left hip. And go to a sprawl. Here's the one thing that you guys are doing is you guys are trying to go backwards. You guys go straight back. All you from here are going like this. I'm not doing that. When I'm here, I'm doing this. Understand? Last thing we're working You can't go anywhere until you get your butt up and take your foot out, and then you circle. It's too late. Got to go sooner. You got to get around his back before he gets up off of his hip. You didn't get your right hand around. Go back to it again. Get that right. When you pop up, yeah, get that foot around. Or get that hand around. Yeah, look at that. Nope, go back. Your whizer's not tight enough, and you're not tight enough with your hips. You're just kind of falling off to the side. So you're not getting around quick enough. Can you over here where right now it's just they're listening to a guy talk to nobody. Go back. So see, like, here's the problem: is you're doing this move when you don't need to move, and you're not going to hit this move on a guy that doesn't get in. He's on with this. When all you need to do is walk your hips away and break his lock. Okay. Go back. Now you're trying to do it too early. Sprawl and get him down to the mat. We got a first line defense. Stuff the head, sprawl, get him down to the mat. You're trying to jump the gun. And get around. See, right there, you're not going to your hip. You're going to your hip after he goes to his hip. You got to go to your hip to make him go to his hip. He's not getting you over because he's not doing it right. He wouldn't get you over. Don't go over unless he makes you go over. You're not feeling that timing of like how to pop, and turn. You're more worried about getting him broke down and then trying to go around. And a good guy, it's going to be really hard to do because he's just going to build his base right back up. As soon as he falls over, he's going to be right back on his knees. Break your knees. Go back to your knees again. Yep, that's what because you're having to use so much strength to do it that you're not ready to move around him when he goes. Okay, so he's in on the shot, and you're this, and you're doing this, and you're moving. So when you do pull him down, you're still up like this. So then when you go to your hip, he's already coming up, and you're like this. Okay, what we should be doing is block with our knee on the head, put my hand on the mat. Look where my head is. Here. We're both hips on the mat, right? So as he's starting to build up, I plant my foot, and I throw this leg around here. It's a little better. You just got to figure out your time. Get a quick drink real quick, but before you do, real fast. So we're going to pick up Sunday with some more of this stuff. So with the older guys tonight, we're going to work through the series probably a little bit further. And Sunday, we'll come back and revisit again, work on a few things. All right? So come back in. We're going to get a quick drill and hard live in. See you guys at 7:30. Peace.